You're listening to the Small Business Talk podcast with Cathy Smith.
Small Business Talk is a podcast for business owners and entrepreneurs who want a better way to run their businesses without spending years doing it the hard way. Small Business Talk is hosted by Cathy Smith, who has run the same marketing agency for more than 17 years and helped hundreds of business owners achieve their marketing goals.
Welcome to Small Business Talk, episode 133. Why or how? Which is more important to your clients and to you? We're all familiar with Simon Sinek's Why, where he goes into great detail about how people are more likely to do business with businesses that have a greater purpose, a solid why. Those businesses do business for more than just making money. Simon uses the example of Apple, and we all know how Apple goes. And it definitely does have a greater why. Who gives a crap? Who Gives a Crap is an Australian brand of toilet paper, which is more than a clever play on words. Crap is an Australian slang word for doing a poo. And their slogan is not the average toilet paper, saving the world one wipe at a time. To date, Who Gives a Crap has donated almost 11 million Australian dollars, or about 8 million US, to ensure that everyone has clean water and a toilet. They have a very clever why, and they are very clear about it. Contaminated water contributes to over 1 million deaths per year. A toilet could be the difference, but billions of people worldwide live without one. Without a loo, wastewater ends up in the local waterways, the same place people collect their water for drinking, cleaning and bathing. That's why toilets are an integral part of the bigger health initiative called WASH, which stands for Water, Sanitation and Hygiene. And together these three elements strengthen the communities and save millions of lives. That is Who Gives a Crap's why. Their products are made from 100% recycled fibres or 100% bamboo, which fits perfectly with the company values. At up to double the price of similar off-the-shelf products, their why certainly is a game changer for them and their customers. How? McDonald's is an amazing example of how. They have got their procedures down to such a fine detail that no matter which store you go into throughout the world, with the exception of a few minor cultural differences, you are guaranteed to get the same product every time. Their how is so strong that the product is repeatable over and over. If you have a McDonald's employee out of McDonald's, can they still function to the same standard? Often when we only teach the how, we are not teaching people how to think. Yes, they can follow standards. Yes, they follow the procedures and the rules. But what happens when things go wrong? Is there a procedure to follow in that exact set of circumstances? In Tim S. Grover's book Winning, he takes a slightly different tact on the how. He takes the how into the what. Are the procedures then teaching you the what? And Tim's example is, your parents teach you what to think. Adulthood shows you how to think. It is the details that matter. Is that why seemingly bright high school students begin failing when they hit university? Because they have been able to breeze through knowing the what, but lacking the how and the why. I think that discussion is for another time, but food for thought. Is the why more important than the how? This is a debate that has been raging for a very long time. Is it the why that makes it all come together with the purpose so that you can take action? If you make New Year's resolutions to lose 10 kilos or 22 pounds by Easter, the chances of you doing this are very low. However, if you make the same resolution to lose 10 kilos in 4 months before your upcoming wedding, or your best friend's upcoming wedding so that you will look good, I'm sure the results will be quite different and you will achieve that goal. To lose weight in both examples would take the same how, but it is the why that is vastly different. Forget the how and just start. Often we worry way too much about the how and become so paralysed that we can't even start. At the time of this recording, I am walking 10,000 steps a day for the whole of September. For some of you, that might not sound too much, but for me, I was finding it difficult to maintain even 5,000 steps as an average, so it is quite a leap. It's not that I'm not active, it's that I spend most of my time sitting in a chair, either in front of a computer or driving. When I committed to the 10,000 steps, the decision was made in the last week of August. I tried to up my step rate in practice for the commitment. I was able to get it up to about 7,000 step average for that week. I then started to double think it and wondered if I should revise my step count down. Would I be able to make it? Would it be okay if I only did 8,000? That'd be all right, wouldn't it? It was a lot more than what I've been doing. Should be okay. For a couple of days I thought about it. No, it wouldn't be okay. And the reason it wouldn't be okay was because of my why. Making an impact. Being impactful is about causing a ripple effect with positive outcomes that so many other people that you'll never know will get, Michael Griffiths said. Unfortunately, in today's world, with so much going on, it is so easy to focus on ourselves, on our problems, and what we need to do to survive, rather than simply making someone else feel good, with no expectations of anything in return. So I'm doing 10,000 steps for Red Kite. Red Kite helps families who have children with cancer, both financially and emotionally, with the battle that they face every day. Charlie is one of these such children. Charlie, who is a good friend of our network and is one of those children, this is a tough little cookie. She has been through a lot. She's been in hospital more times, in and out, than you'd ever want to in a lifetime. She constantly smiles, constantly thinks about her mum and dad, and constantly tries to make others smile and feel a little bit better. If you can help Charlie's life a little, that would be amazing. So if you could donate to the Red Kite and to the thing that we're doing here, 10,000 steps in September, that would be absolutely amazing. I'll put the link in the show notes, but the link is sunupchallenge.org.au/s/596/592/S. Like I say, I'll put it in the show notes, make it a bit easier for you. When the why is big enough, the how will come. I had a big enough why to do my 10,000 steps, so I made it happen. I changed a coffee catch-up to grabbing a takeaway and walking around the park. I persuaded my son to walk down the street with me at 10 o'clock at night because I just needed those few more steps. I walked around the lounge room feeling rather silly, but I wasn't going to bed without those extra steps. Yes, it took planning and commitment, but the why was big enough for me to make it happen. If you had given me a list of these things, including all these actions I've just said, I would have thought you were silly and I wouldn't have wanted to make it happen. Looking at the why, not the how, made it manageable for me. How will I get to 10,000 steps each day? I've no idea. However, I am no longer stressed about it. I am no longer worrying about it, and I know that I will make that goal. I am focused on it, and I will get there today, tomorrow, and the next day, and the whole of September. and I will work it out. A side note to that is if you do it earlier in the day, it makes it so much easier. And Fitbits work on swinging your arms. So if you can swing your arms more when you're walking, you'll get more steps. Deadlines. Deadlines can often clarify the how so that it gives you a solid why. If you do know what you want and why you want it, setting up a time frame and a deadline can often make it easier for you. This is what I'm doing with my steps. The deadline is the end of each day when I go to bed. So I have to find a way to complete the steps within the day. No averages for this girl. I'm going to make it every day. If you give yourself too much time, the how and the why will wane. Deadlines can help us achieve many things in our businesses, and as long as we have a strong enough why, we will find a way to stick to it and we will make it happen. In my opinion, the why is far more important and enticing reason to do it than the how. The why is more important than the how. SBT audience, enjoy your journey, and I hope you have a very good why so that the how will come. Take care. I'll see you next week. Don't forget to subscribe to Small Business Talk podcast and head on over to smallbusinesstalk.com.au/downloads for all the show notes and links to this episode. Remember, to be great, you must start. Pick one tip from today's episode, take action and implement it. Let's meet again next week at the same time and place. Until then, take action. And SBT community, enjoy your journey.